Hi friends, it's Angela and welcome to Create, Heal, Shine, the podcast. I'm so excited that you're here with me today because I'm talking about this exciting topic that is so exciting to me anyway, all about my household journal. So some of you may keep a household journal, and if not, you might find this podcast really interesting. I'm also going to make a YouTube video on my channel, Create, Heal, Shine, a video on how I use my household journal as well, because it can be very visual as well as talking about it. But I thought I would share it on here because it's something that if you feel disorganized or you feel like life's getting out of control and you need to get a handle on it, or you're getting late payments on things, or stuff like that, you're forgetting when you did certain things around your home, this can be super handy. So basically what I do is I just buy on Amazon a bunch of these like brown paper, craft paper style little journals, and they're quite small. It's not huge because, as you'll see, you don't need a huge thick book because there won't be that much things that you could possibly put in there, although you could expand with this idea. But I just buy those craft brown paper little coil bound books. They come in like a pack of 5, I think, and they're only like $10 for a pack of 5, and I use those for all sorts of different things, and one being my household journal. So what is the household journal? Well, first of all, it's a little book that I keep in the kitchen tucked beside my cookbooks because it has all the information that involve keeping a house organized, and also my yard. So I incorporate things that have to do with my pets, my chickens, the household, like the house maintenance kind of stuff, my health, different things. If I go have appointments for certain, like I started using it to keep track of COVID shots because of my health condition. I have to have mandatory COVID shots and flu shots up to date. So I like to know when I've had one and when I'm due for the new ones. Any kind of other appointments, a list of important phone numbers for like my doctor phone numbers, things like that. Not friends, because as you know, you keep those in your cell phone and you have your contact list. But these are ones that you don't call often and you might not want to put in your contact list. And so those doctor phone numbers are all in there, such as my dermatologist, my cardiologist, gynecologist, regular family doctor, dentist, different things like that, neurology, all those kinds of phone numbers. Holidays that are booked through either myself or my husband's job. And also we have chickens, so I log all of our egg sales in this book, as well as keep track of chicken feed and pine bales and pine chips and chicken scratch food and things like that. So as you can see, because it involves a lot of pets and things, I need to keep a journal for this because it's super handy if you think that, oh, when did I deworm the dogs last? Well, we had 4 dogs. We have 3 now. But when did I do that? I like to do it exactly every 3 months. So nothing happens with the animals and the cat. And so I write down this all the time so I have time to call the vet and order my medication to be in for them. And I have time to pick it up in time. And so I log all this information. I also lodge chicken hatching. When do I put the eggs in? This is mostly for the springtime, so that part's all finished now, but the chickens hatching was in May. When did I put them in the incubator? What day are they due to hatch? What's my actual hatch dates? Things like that. I also track with the chickens all sorts of things like how many bags of food or layer or grower or chicken starter, because there's all different types of feed that for different stages of the chicken's growths, and pine bale chips and chicken scratch treats. So I like to always know that I have enough feed, so if an emergency happened or we had to go and do something, I don't run out of feed or treats or things like that. And you always want to make sure that with chickens that you have your newborn starter feed. When I'm hatching chicks, I have to have the special feed, and a lot of times in the spring, all the local places sell right out really fast because they don't order enough or it's hard to get, and then you have chickens hatching and you cannot feed them adult chicken food. So I like to know that I have this stuff and how many bags, and then I go in the shed and I know exactly how many I use, and when I dump them in their pail and stuff, I can just come back and scratch the list off of my household journal. So it's super handy. Now, you may not have chickens and you might say, oh, well, you have all the stuff that I don't have. But if you have a house and you own your house, you will have maintenance of your house. You will have to vacuum and clean out your ducting, like your vents and stuff. So I like to write that down, when the last time I vacuumed out the vents, so that I can do it quarterly. We have to clean our chimney at least once a year, so I like to write when that's cleaned, and I don't want to relight the fire in the fall until I know that the chimney is clean, so I write that down. We also have propane furnace, and so we need to know when the tank is full and how much we have and how much it costs, and I kind of write down the costs in here too as well, so I can see each year how it goes up, how much it goes up, the cost of filling it, because we kind of try and let it go close to right, very low, so we can see. And so those kinds of things. So if you have all those different things around your house, maybe you like to wash the windows, and I want to do that as well, but I kind of don't usually write the window washing down because I just do it as needed because I can see it. But when they get really bad, it'd be nice to write it down. I might write it down this time so I can see how long it's actually lasting before they're just beaten down with kind of white hard water stains, because we have a log home, and when the wind blows in and it is spraying on the windows, it gets really bad really quickly. And like I said earlier, I use this to document a lot of health things. I document my doctor's numbers, COVID shots, dermatology appointments, all sorts of different appointments if I have to go out of town. We also document family holidays, where we're going, what we're doing, how many days does that person have off, and how many days are booked off for the actual vacation, and maybe even all the extra for when we get back, so we know what day does someone actually have to be back at work. And so these things, when you track all these household things, it starts to stay super organized. So when you need something, you can just look back in your journal and flick back. It's right in the kitchen handy, and you can see all the stuff and important information right at a glance. Because I find that I don't like to stick a lot of things on my fridge. I don't like a lot of clutter on my fridge of sticky notes and magnets and things all over it. Plus it's stainless steel, so I only have the sides that things can stick to. So I find that this is a super helpful, organized way to keep this little logbook and have all my dates and numbers in here. And you might have a lot of other things around the house that you want to fill in. But the other thing that I like to fill in is, when did we change our oil in the vehicles? So like car maintenance is a great thing to put in here. And you can also add in if you had your windshield replaced, or when you had to have a tune-up or a flush of some kind. You can keep all of that information in this little logbook. So if something does go wrong, you can look back and say, oh, that's weird. I just did my brakes on this day and it hasn't even been a year. Then you can go back. If you staple your receipt right into your journal, your household journal, you can go back and get brand new ones if it has a year warranty or whatever it is like that. So stapling the receipt into the book can also be a really great idea. So vehicle maintenance, and maybe you had your roof redone, or maybe you had new windows put in. It's a really good idea to stick receipts and dates in this planner, and everything will be at your fingertips. And I'm sure after hearing this that you can think of tons more ideas that you could put in your household journal from things around your home. The other thing is we have a pellet stove. And so we like to know how many bags of pellets that we have and when the stove was cleaned. And so I jot those things down and take note of that so that we don't run out, because our house is out in a really rural area, and that's how we heat our home, is that propane furnace and wood heat. And so we can't run out of propane and we can't run out of pellets. And sometimes if they come on sale, we will order lots, and then we know how many we have, and we have extra, so I can write that down, and then maybe every couple weeks go in and count where we're at so we know that we don't run out. So I hope you get some really great ideas out of this household journal idea. And I would love if you leave me a comment or let me know what you think you would add to yours. And I'm totally open to more ideas, because I've just gotten really into keeping this journal maintained now. And it's so nice that for a couple of years worth of information, as you go, you're going to get more and more data written in here and some receipts stapled in here. And then you're going to be able to know instantly where you're at, or at least it feels like you're just getting super organized, because you're going into your life and you're taking an inventory of all of the things that you have currently, what you just did. You can write all that recent stuff in, and maybe ideas of what you need to do, and put dates on them ahead of time. And it just feels so good to have everything sitting there at your fingertips in your journal. So I hope that you get something great and a great idea from this, and I'd love to hear from you. So until next time, friends, don't forget, don't sleep on starting that household journal. It is super helpful, and it will help streamline your household. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.